Well, hi YouTubers, hi, I'm back. This is my 60 books, and this is a unique one because I read this book for a reason which never came to fruition. 542 pages of a book, and I read this because I was looking on Meetup, and there was this book group I was joining, which basically you read the book, you watched the film, you sat together, you don't mind, you discussed it. So, read the book, watched the film, with Daniel Craig, Stellan Skarsgård, and Myra Rooney. Is it Myra Rooney? And, if you ask my opinion, I think Stellan Skarsgård should have played the lead, but anyway. And this book came out in 2005, so I think everyone's probably read this by now. So I thought I'd just give my opinion on it, what I liked and what I didn't like. And read the blurb if you don't know. Or if you haven't seen the film, and if not seen the film, it's great. Millennium. The Industrialist. Henrik Wagner, head of the dynastic Wagner Corporation, is tormented by the loss of a child decades earlier, and convinced that a member of his family has committed murder. The journalist. Mikhail Blomkvist delves deeper into Wagner's past to uncover the truth behind the unsolved mystery. But someone else wants to keep the past to remain a secret and will go to any lengths to keep it that way. The girl with the dragon tattoo. Elizabeth Salander, the enigmatic, delinquent and dangerous security specialist, assists in the investigation. A genius computer hacker, she tolerates no restrictions placed upon her by individuals, society or the law. Millennium. So basically Harriet, Wagner's grandniece, went missing several decades earlier. Someone's been sending pictures. Everyone's probably seen the film, so I'm not going to spoil the film. Go see the film. Read this book. Okay, this book is interesting. Now, it's based on, original title was called Men Who Hate Women. Yep, original title. I won't say it in Swedish. Now, the one thing I like is the fact is that the parallels to Pippi Longstocking are quite stark, because obviously the author knows who is the most famous character in Swedish literary fiction, and it is Pippi Longstocking. She's a global icon. Sorry about that, but it's true. I was going to say, do you know Swedish characters, authors? Astrid Lindgren's Pippi Longstocking? Okay. Because, here you go, this bit here. This is shortly after her introduction. Here you go. When she's talking about Kale Blomkvist, who is obviously nicknamed for her protagonist. He hates the nickname, which is understandable. Someone to get a fat lip to ever call me Pippi Longstocking on a newspaper placard. She casts a dark look and a musky is swallowed hard. On more than one occasion, she had thought Sanders precisely Pippi Longstocking. He waved for her to get on with it. She's Pippi Longstocking. Distrustful authority, financially independent, pretty much no, very blatant and her direct, pretty much no social skills. But this is when you actually get to meet Elizabeth Salander. This is when she first appears, properly, page 48. And Marcy sat as your Dargan, are you attracted to me? And Marcy sat as if she was paralysed, but just be wondering how to answer. His first impulse was to pretend to be insulted. They saw expression and it came to him. This was the first time she had ever uttered such a personal question. It was seriously meant, and if she tried to laugh it off, she would take it as an affront. She wanted to talk to him, and he wondered how long it had taken her to get up the courage to ask that question. He slowly put down his pen and leaned back in his chair. Finally he relaxed. What makes you think that? He said. The way you look at me and the way you don't look at me. And at times you're about to reach out your hand and touch me but stopped yourself. He smiled at her. I reckon you'll bite my hand off if I laid a finger on you. Yeah, that's her all over. So essentially, her original guardian, if you will, because Elizabeth is a ward estate, has a stroke, so she gets a new one. Bridgman, who sexually assaults her, she films it, and that is the most graphic moment of the book. I was not expecting that. And hard to read in the book, hard definitely to watch in the film. But this is about a woman basically trying to take authority over her life, and obviously guys who absolutely destroy her, making a mission to destroy her. I'm going to speak plainly, she said. I'm not going to talk about the rape scene, this is the aftermath. I'm going to speak plainly, she said. The video shows you raping a mentally handicapped 24-year-old girl for whom you are appointed guardian. And you have no idea how mentally handicapped I can be if push comes to shove. And when I see this video, we'll discover that you are not merely a pervert, but an insane sadist. It's the second, and I hope the last time I ever have to watch the video. It's quite instructive, don't you think? My guess is that you're the one who's going to be institutionalised, not me. Are you following so far? She waited. He did not react. but she could see him quivering. She grabbed the whip and flicked it right over his genitals. "Are you following me?" he said more loudly. He nodded. "Good. We're singing from the same song sheet." Now this is a book. This is a book about extremes, because this is about a guy who basically works for like an investigative well, actually runs it, called journalist paper called Millennium, who is about to go to prison, has to solve his murder. Elizabeth Salander comes in, and these guys didn't even meet till halfway through the book, and she's like the most extreme character in it. It's a book of extremes. That's the problem. It is so confusing and conflicting and contrasting. And the thing is, I'll be truly honest. Okay, I'll be truly honest. When they started to mention Harriet again, Harriet Wagner, I actually forgot who she was. I actually turned to her again and said, "Who? Who's that?" Yeah, I forgot. The motivation for this, okay, was this guy trying to find out what happened to his grandniece. And I generally forgot she even existed. Because it goes on about Salander's life, about Millennium, the paper. I literally lost traction. And it's kind of like Martin did it, okay? Oh yeah, sorry, that's a killer. Martin basically caused all this, okay? And then it's what happened next. Harriet, the paper, Millennium. In the restoring of Mikhail's reputation. Too much was going on, and I just found it mind-boggling. And then it turns out on page 451 that Harriet's not dead. And we've got another 100 pages to go. Do you understand? That is the problem. Now, sadly, Stieg Larsson passed away before this book was published. He had a heart attack. I'm not trying to be dismissive of the author here, but this book needed a bloody good edit. I mean, as an example of Swedish fiction, a great example, because it really kind of sets up the world of Sweden. Now, what do we even know about Sweden? Not much. I've never been there. I know it's expensive. Okay? And it's cold. Yeah. That's it. It kind of creates this world, this kind of like isolated world of Sweden, where the mental image of Sweden is not the reality of Sweden. The dark, the dingy, the underworld. It's an effective book, but it needs a bloody good edit. Miss Salander is a fantastic character, and I love the writing style, but I just think it needed at least 150 pages of this book gone. Bogged down, streamlined, because it's a good book, but I just found it really difficult to focus on her. And the thing is Mikhail is kind of the starting point, but Elizabeth is the most interesting character. It's only when she's really on the page the book really comes to life. Mikhail is kind of like, basically Mikhail is Stieg Larsson. He is literally an author XB of Stieg Larsson. So yeah, I recommend it if you didn't read it in 2005, because I only read it now. I know it's kind of fiction really, but anyway. So, for these 6 months, 60 books, sign off here. Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, finally read it, Millennium 1. I may read Millennium 2 and the others, I don't know. And I'm signing off here. And bye now.